Hey, what's up, marvelous DJs? Welcome back to the Cheat Code. If you're new here, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss out on any DJ tips and tricks or cheat codes. Today, we're talking about a common issue many DJs face: slamming in songs. Trust me, there's a better way. We're going to cover 3 of my favorite transition techniques that'll take your sets to the next level. Ready? Let's get started. Cheat Code. Okay, let's get into it. So the first transition I'm going to show you today is going to be what I like to call the echo out transition, right? You're going from one song, then you're hitting the echo effect to transition out of that song into the new song. So versus you getting a song and then slamming on the other song, you are actually getting an echo out of one, kind of fading out, and then the other song will continue to play. So it's a fade out echo effect that kind of gets you from point A to point B. I'll do the regular fade out, and then I'll tweak it up a bit. What I like to do is cut out the sound of the second song and give you that echo out, and then feed you the second song. All right, so I'll demo that. Before I do that, let me show you how to set it up. First, on Serato DJ Pro, go to the FX button at the top left-hand corner on deck 1, above deck 1 of your screen. Click that, and you'll see a new screen populate. This gives me all of my effects and my banks to have different effects. For me, I'm pushing these effects to my controller. And the first effect would be my low pass filter, my second would be my delay, and the third would be my reverb. I have them both simultaneously set up on each deck. So that way I know 1 is my low pass filter, 2 is my delay, and 3 is my reverb, and the 4th is always my tap. We are more concerned on the delay. Now the delay can be tweaked a bit. As I'm turning the knob on my controller, you can see the effects on the screen actually change. So I know my delay, in order to do that echo effect, I'm using the delay effect, and I'm turning it about, I'd say 1, almost 2 o'clock. 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, just about there. And that gives me I've tried it, I've tested it, it gives me different features of how that delay, that echo goes. And this one is the one that I choose the most. So that's how you set up your echo effect. You can have multiple, or you can change those filters, you can change these buttons to anything you want to, but for this one you want the delay effect, and you can place that anywhere you want. You can also do this internally on your computer. So if you wanted to turn it on, you can simply just press the on button. But if not, you can control it directly through your controller in your effects panel on your controller. Okay, now that you have the echo feature all set up, let's go ahead and try to echo out during a transition. We can even go the other way. All right, so that's the first one. It's a simple echo out, very subtle, but it gets you from one song to the next to be able to fade out and blend. It's almost a fade, but it's a repetitive motion. If this song had words, it would repeat a phrase. I can get it to repeat a phrase as I'm leading out of one verse or one chorus into the next song. So I do like to use that quite a bit, but you want to mix up your transitions and not get stuck on one transition versus the other. Here's a little twist that I put on the echo out transition. So while that echo out is happening, and the mix is happening both at the same time, sometimes I like to cut out the next song just so the crowd can get more of the echo out, and then I'll bring back in the second song. I'll use the up faders for this. as you hear, the echo has more effect when you cut out the music of that first song or the second song that you're bringing in. So you give the crowd more of that echo out effect, and then you bring in that mix as you were mixing it before. Just a little twist that I put on the echo out transition. Okay, so the next transition that I like to use is what I coined the phrase called the shrooms. And what I call the shrooms is, it's just simply a press of the play pause button to stop the song of the very original song, and then you'll get the second song. But there's a twist to this, because the play pause button I have set up to have a gradual stop. So it's not just an abrupt stop of the song, it kind of slowly stops to mimic a turntable. And when I got my controllers, I missed the fact that on turntables, if you hit the stop start button, the turntable comes down to a gradual stop. So you get this sound that sounds like the Shruums. I'll tag the video here for you to set up the Shruums. I'll also show you a quick tutorial on how to set this up, but I do have another video that shows you the complete description of what the Shruums, what I call the Shruums is. I think in Serato DJ Pro they call it the breaker. This can be an effect that's applied to the top. I really didn't like it being applied to the top, but you can also apply this feature or this effect to the play pause button. You probably heard it in the last one, so I'll let you hear what it sounds like. So as you can hear, it's this slow down effect that I've placed on the play pause button. Let me show you how to set it up first. So you want to go to settings. Inside of settings, you want to go to DJ preferences. Inside of DJ preferences, there's this corner area here that probably is overlooked because these knobs look like they're grayed out, but actually they are not. You can adjust these knobs. One is start time, the other one is stop time. And what I have adjusted is my stop time. That breaker is your start, stop, play, pause button. And I've adjusted it with just the right amount of slow down time to mimic a turntable to me. The more you turn this up, the longer it's going to take your song to stop when you hit that play pause button. In this case, I have it just about here, more than enough for me. That's how you set up the Shruums. Okay, now that you have it all set up, let's see how we can use this in our transition. So again, let's get started with a demonstration. Even mix it up a bit. So as you can see, I like to play with that a little bit, but yes, those are the Shruums. It gives you that stop kind of hesitation in there. I'll mix this one in. Okay, the last transition that I like to do is what I call the spin out, right? You may hear it a lot. You may hear some DJs do it. A lot of EDM DJs do it where they're spinning out the jog wheel. And that's really a rewind, what we used to call a rewind. A lot of reggae tracks, rewind. So I like to do that sometimes, but too much of that can be annoying. So again, you want to use these transitions kind of throughout your mixes when they're better suited. Okay, so let's do a little bit of rewind. There's nothing to set up here really. It's just understanding how to spin your jog wheel. I know on the CDJs you can grab the side of it and spin it and it'll go, but I like to rewind it like I'm doing a record. So I'm gonna do it the old school way with the jog wheel at the top. If you have CDJs, you can set that. You can also set the slip on so you can have it instead of, or put it on vinyl mode, excuse me, where you can just throw the edge of it. I like to rewind manually. So let's go ahead and show you how to do the rewind. All right, that's one way to do it. Now I'll do it with this hand. It's a little different on both hands. So another way to do that is simply, let me see if I can jump ahead a little bit, is simply by wheeling it back like this. I just didn't want my turntables was on a stand and it starts shaking, but that's another way to do it. But those are my three of my favorite transitions. There you have it, DJs. 3 powerful transition techniques to replace song slamming and elevate your sets. Practice these moves and you'll see a huge difference in how your mixes flow. If you found this video helpful, make sure to give it a thumbs up, leave a comment below with your favorite transition, and don't forget to subscribe for more DJ tips. Keep spinning. See you next time. Cheat code.